Hello, San Angelo, and welcome to Live Daily News Show. I'm James Bouligny.
And I'm Tessa Koskovich.
In news, a San Angelo man was sentenced to 10 years of probation after pleading guilty to indecency with a child, a case that Judge Carmen Doucette called horrible.
We'll tell you which city offices will be closed this upcoming Monday for Columbus Day and Indigenous Peoples Day.
And a signal light project that will turn a busy intersection into a four-way stop.
For our interview, I sat down with Fort Concho Director Bob Bluthardt to talk about upcoming events and programs at the historic landmark this month.
And after that, we'll get right into these messages from Jim Bass and Congressman August Pfluger.
Find your perfect Nissan at Jim Bass Nissan. With our incredible selection, generous factory rebates, and attractive dealer discounts, you can enjoy affordable monthly payments that fit your budget. Don't miss out on our amazing offers, like the stunning 2025 Nissan Frontier for just $499 per month. You can only find deals this great at Jim Bass Nissan, corner of Houston Hart at Arden Road, or shop 24/7 at jimbassnissan.com.
Republicans in Congress, alongside President Trump, delivered a transformative piece of legislation last month on America's 249th anniversary. The One Big Beautiful Bill Act is the largest working families tax cut package in American history. It is a massive win for Texans and will help foster an economy that is pro-growth, pro-worker, pro-family, pro-business, and pro-energy. The Working Families Tax Cut locks in President Trump's historic 2017 tax cuts, protecting over 475,000 taxpayers in Texas's 11th Congressional District from a devastating 26% tax increase, which would have been the largest in American history. Seniors in Texas, 88% of whom receive Social Security benefits, will now pay zero taxes on those benefits because of this bill. Hourly workers will keep more of what they earn, with no tax on overtime pay, tips, and even interest on car loans for new American-made vehicles up to generous limits. This will put thousands of dollars back in the pockets of hardworking Texans. This legislation also delivers $13.5 billion in border reimbursements for states like Texas and makes the most significant investments in border security ever seen. It reclaims America's energy independence, lowering energy costs for all Americans, creating high-paying jobs in the Permian Basin, and reversing President Biden's disastrous energy policies. Congressman Pfluger fought to make sure Texas values were reflected in this package, from much-needed support for farmers and ranchers through strategic investments, to ending forced taxpayer funding of abortion, to nearly $150 billion in military investments that will directly support the incredible men and women serving at Goodfellow Air Force Base and Fort Hood. It does all this and so much more. The American people were tired of business as usual in Washington. The Working Families Tax Cut package is a clear response to what the American people demanded in November: rein in wasteful spending, secure the border, and make life genuinely affordable again. Nothing is perfect, but this legislation delivers historic, tangible wins for Texans.
Hey y'all, it's Tess. I'm here with Bob Bluthardt, with the director of Fort Concho. Bob, what brings you in with us today?
Lots of things going on. First, this Friday and Saturday, we have the first of our 3 Halloween events. You want to be scared?
Always.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay, you over 6?
I am.
Okay, then you can come. It's Friday.
Been a little while.
Not 6 o'clock. 6
right.
years and 8.
Been a few years.
We have the first of our 3. It's called the Night Tours at Fort Concho. And it's actually not a formal tour. You go station to station. So from about 7 to a little after 9 o'clock on Friday and Saturday, you come to the Visitor Center at Barracks 1, and you get a briefing, and then you'll be sent out with a map, and you go station to station to several of our historic buildings, the chapel, the officers' quarters, the commander's quarters, the hospital. Oh, that's really scary. And the barracks, and you hear scary, terrible tales, all in the evening dark, which kind of makes the fort a whole different place. Now, this is a fundraiser, so we're going to have to charge. So if you're a Fort member, it's $10, and if you're not a Fort member, hint, hint, it's $12. And plenty of parking on Oak Street, right across from the Fort's Visitor Center. And there's an on-demand traffic light there, so you punch the button that turns red and the traffic stops most of the time. And you can go right across the street. We'll have some cookies and some bottled water, and you can get maybe scared or at least educated.
Right, and what time does it start?
A little after 7, and I think they go for 2 to 2.5 hours. I think they'll stop taking people around 9:15 or so.
Okay.
And that's just to get everybody out on time, because it'll take you a good 45 minutes to walk around the post.
Right, it's worth the money, worth the time.
Well, I would say it's worth the money, and certainly it's for a good cause. We have to earn 2/3 of our revenue, so it seems like a harmless way to do that sort of thing. So that's this weekend. And then next Thursday, which would be October 16, at 5 o'clock, we're going to open our new library and archives. 2 brand new barracks, 2 brand new mess halls in the rear, all historically authentic. And this will be our new library and archives research center. Thousands of books, hundreds of feet of research files and microfilm, clippings. We got the clipping file from the Standard Times, and just all sorts of good stuff if you're doing pioneer Western military history research.
That sounds fascinating.
It's a long time coming, but it was worth waiting for. We raised $4.2 million, all private funds. The Area Foundation was one. No, I'm sorry, the Area Foundation managed the project and also helped. The Health Foundation gave a big grant. We had an anonymous grant, and the big lead grant came from the late Dr. Walter Nolte, who, if anyone is listening and took a history course at ASU in the last 50 years, they probably remember Dr. Nolte, great man. And he also loaned us on permanent basis his history book collection, which is the basis of one of those barracks. So all great, free to all. 5 o'clock, goes about 6:30 on Thursday, October 16, and we'll be moving more stuff in and making more changes to those buildings over time. We have a staff member assigned to the building, so if folks want to come by during the weekdays and do some research, we can take care of you.
That is awesome.
It also fills out the row.
Right.
We have 6 barracks in a row, and barracks are kind of like soldiers. They stand side by side, very, very evenly placed, and it really makes the place look a whole lot better. So we are very pleased.
It does. And is it going to be a permanent asset to Fort Concho?
I would say so.
Perfect.
The buildings will be there forever and ever, and we take research seriously, so the books and more books will be there. In fact, our library today is 3 to 4 times larger than it was 15, 20 years ago.
That is awesome.
It is awesome, but what's the big question? Where are you going to put them? And so that's why we started the project to build these new barracks.
And they're all historically accurate. And
the buildings were designed by a fellow named Killis Allman. He did the redesign work of the Murphy Center and the City Hall area 15 years ago, and he is a well-respected, nationally noted preservation architect, so we got the best.
Perfect. And I imagine people can visit the library during
business hours, mostly Monday through Friday. We're still kind of phasing in the hours, but there should be somebody there on most weekdays, and they can assist you.
Perfect. Perfect. What's next?
More Halloween.
Perfect.
You still want to be scared?
Always.
Okay, so we did the first weekend, this coming weekend. October 17 and 18 is the murder mystery. Folks are probably familiar with the board game Clue.
Yes.
There we go. And I'm not a big board game person, so you have to explain these things to me. But this is another one where you show up after 7, pay your fee, same prices, $10 and $12, get a map and a briefing, and you go station to station, and you try to figure out who did the murder. I don't know. They never tell me. I never find out till the end. Some years it's the post commander. Some years it's the chaplain. Some years it's an officer's wife. And then you go through each of the stations and talk with folks in the creepy dark of the night. And then at the end you turn in your papers and you find out who did it.
That is fun.
We have people who come back every year, which is a challenge because that means we have to have a different murder suspect each year.
Right.
So that's October 17 and 18. And then the last one is October 24 and 25. That's our haunted house. And that'll be in the Quartermaster building, which is at the far east end of the field. Again, you can park across the street on the South Oak Street lot, go to the visitor center, get your tickets, walk down in the creepy night to the Quartermaster. And all I know is it's got ugly people, swords dripping with blood, people screaming, and all the usual stuff.
Nice little scare fest.
A nice scare fest. And again, if you're under 6, maybe not a good idea. If you're 6 to 16, you should have your parents with you.
Learn a thing or two about regulating your scare.
That would be one of the goals.
Right. Just one.
So 3 Halloween events, October 10, 11, 17, 18, 24, 25, all in the evening. And the opening of the new barracks and mess halls next Thursday. My goodness, a week from today.
Yes.
I better get busy.
I know.
5 o'clock,
Get
5
to
to 6:30.
That is going to be so fun. What an eventful, packed October. I had no idea you guys did stuff like this.
Well, if you look at schedules for nonprofits, it's April and October, April and October. Now, why is that? Well, in April, that's the first month you've pretty much got a guarantee it's not going to be cold or snow, even in Texas. And in October, you got the first month where it's not going to be 104. So everybody front loads their stuff April and October, so we're guilty too.
Perfect. And then I imagine we'll have you back for Christmas at Fort Concho.
I would imagine that.
Perfect.
I'm having nightmares now.
No, it's so
there's
fun.
nice dreams. Nice
It's so
dreams. Yeah,
fun.
we're in the home stretch of many of the plans, and should be a good one. Got a lot of new stuff, so have me on another day, or I'll send someone, and we'll chit chat on that.
Perfect. Thank you so much for coming by, Bob.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Into the news, 43-year-old Brian Antonio Garcia was indicted on multiple sex crimes involving a child, but pled guilty to one count of indecency with a child by exposure. He was sentenced to 10 years of community supervision, must register as a sex offender, and pay a $5,000 fine.
City offices will close Monday, October 13th in observance of Columbus Day and Indigenous Peoples Day. Trash services will not be affected, and Fort Concho will be open from 9 to 5 for self-guided tours.
And starting Monday, the intersection of Edmond Boulevard and North Van Buren Street will become a temporary four-way stop as crews replace traffic signals and upgrade pedestrian crossings.
We will be right back after this message from Jay Chandler.
It's hard to believe how reckless some people can be and how hard they fight against real victims. You need a partner who consistently beats the giants and who will never, ever flinch.
Into the weather, it's another sunny and warm week in the Concho Valley. Today's high is near 88, and a low tonight will be around 61.
Friday and Saturday it will stay sunny with highs near 90 and lows in the low 60s. By Columbus Day, expect mostly sunny skies and a high around 90.
And we'll be right back after this word from Conno's Diamonds and Coins.
When it comes to unique pieces you can't find anywhere else, Conno's Diamonds and Coins is your one-stop shop. With over 24 years in the diamond and coin industry, Conno's Diamonds and Coins is West Texas's choice for diamonds, jewelry, coins, silver, and gold. Owner Bill Conno stands by his work and offers free consultations, including estate jewelry. Don't just trust anyone with your valuables. Come see the staff at Conno's at 1016 West Beauregard in San Angelo.
Thank you for watching the Live Daily News Show.
The only locally owned news show in the Concho Valley.
Give us a follow on Facebook, Twitter, and other social media platforms.
And download the San Angelo Live mobile app.
For the live team, I'm James Bouligny.
And I'm Tessa Koskovich.
And Cover One returns tomorrow.